Hi, I'm Kalani. There is something so satisfying about finding the small detail that can bring a whole art piece together. A piece of art like this is full of things that are unique and different, but they all work together to create a single piece of art. It is such a great feeling when things just fit together perfectly. And so many times I wish that life could be like that, where every person you meet and talk to just fits. But sometimes the relationships in our life just aren't that easy. Maybe you're like me and wonder, how can life work best? You know, God gave us some instructions in the Bible on how we should live our lives. The Bible is God's true message to us about himself. In the Old Testament book of Exodus, God gave his people the 10 commandments. Commandments are really important rules. But these rules help us to follow the plan God has for us. The rules don't just tell us how we should live, they tell us how to live life best with God and other people. Let's see what they say. God's Law, Exodus 20 and Mark 12, 28 through 34. Long ago, God sent a man named Moses to lead God's people out of the land of Egypt. They camped beside a mountain, and Moses went up the mountain to talk to God. God told Moses and the people to obey these 10 special rules, or commandments. These special rules from God are all connected together and teach us God's plan for relationships. The first few rules tell us about people's relationship with God. 1. Do not worship anyone but God. God is the only God. 2. Do not worship anything you have made. 3. Always say God's name in a respectful way. 4. Work for 6 days. On the 7th day, rest and worship God. We've only looked at the first 4 commandments, and God is making it very clear that he made us to have a relationship with him. He should be the first thing in our lives. That's probably why these are the first commandments. Let's check out what else God told his people. Next, God gave rules to tell his people how to be connected to have good relationships with one another. 5. Honor and respect your father and mother. 6. Do not kill anyone. 7. Husbands and wives should keep their marriage promises to each other. 8. Do not take something that belongs to someone else. 9. Do not tell lies. Always tell the truth. And 10. Do not want things that belong to other people. Now, these commandments are all about how to get along with other people. They aren't always easy to follow, but God has created us to have relationships with others. And these rules help us know how life works best with one another. If we follow these 6 rules, they will help us show respect and honor to the people around us and to God who made us. Let's keep reading. God gave Moses 2 stone tablets with commandments written on them. God's people were supposed to follow these rules and follow God's best plan for them in relationship with God and other people. Then, many, many, many years later, God sent his son, Jesus, to earth. One day, an important leader asked Jesus, "Which rule that God gave us is the most important of all?" Jesus answered, "The most important rule is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. The second is, love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other rule greater than these." Jesus summed up the most important rules that God gave all those years ago. Loving God and loving the people around us. This is how life works best, because God designed us to have relationship with him and with other people. You have been uniquely designed for relationships. Jesus said that the most important thing you can do is love God with everything you have. But he didn't stop there. You should also love the people around you as much as you love yourself. Unfortunately, we don't always follow the rules God's given us, and our relationships with God and people get a little messy. But God has given us his commands to help our lives work best. You were made to have a relationship with God and with other people.
Hello, and welcome to the Remarkably Made Art Gallery. The Bible is a remarkable book. It's filled with amazing and wonderful truths about who God is and how he made us. In it, we can learn that we have been uniquely designed by God. This Bible verse comes from the book of Psalms. Psalm 139:14a says, "I will praise you because I have been remarkably and wondrously made." This verse from the Bible can remind you that you have been remarkably and wondrously made. You are uniquely designed by God. Now I need you to join me as we say our theme verse. Are you ready? Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. I will praise you.
I will praise you.
Because I have been remarkably and wondrously made.
Remarkably and wondrously made.
Psalm 139:14a.
Psalm 139:14a.
Wonderful job! Not only does this Bible verse say that each of you is wonderfully made, but it also says who made you. The writer is thanking God for making him wonderful and unique. I want everyone to say our theme verse with me one more time. But frozen, like you are a remarkable painting in our museum. You ready? 3, 2, 1. I will praise you because I have been remarkably and wondrously made. Psalm 139:14a. That was great! Remember, God has made you remarkable and wonderful, and God doesn't make mistakes. He made you on purpose and for a purpose. Remarkable.